All right. Thank you. We're now live on YouTube, and this is our, I want to say 12th weekly meeting for this working group, but I lost count by now, which is great, good sign. Thank you everyone for joining. We have some items on the agenda, so I'll go straight in. I wanted to do some acknowledgements and announcements. First, I saw some discussions on the Slack channel, so I wanted to thank Jan. I think that's how you say your name. Apologies if I butchered it. But for updating the rollout issue, mentioning that we do need to make sure that once we turn it on, that all the legacy widgets don't render. So it's going to be a toggle between one and the other. So great for adding that there. Good safety net. And I wanted to acknowledge and give you an FYI that there's a great MR currently in flight, adding content level 2 support. And there's a bunch of gems in there, and I cropped one of my favorites. It's just how easy it is to now author text following the rules of the UX framework, so that the consuming widget doesn't have, one, the responsibility of fulfilling the UX framework, but also the freedom to go beyond it, which is something that we definitely wanted to keep consistent. So I feel like this is a good path. So thanks, Phil, Peyton, Mark, and Thomas for getting involved in that effort. Anything you want to add, Phil? No, keep on doing what you're doing. Right, and there was a Slack thread about setting up an example project with all the widgets running in parallel. I saw that there were some volunteers, like Peyton kind of mentioned, that you could take a look this week. And I wondered if anyone on the call would like to take more ownership there and get that ready by the next weekly call. That would be great. So that way we have someone to ask about that. Scott, are you aware of that?
Yeah, I was in the Slack thread. I can take it. I created 2 of the projects that have 2 of the merge requests. So I'll just need to learn how to do the 3rd merge request widget, which should be fairly simple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So next week we'll take the section of checking how that is. Yeah. But that would be great. I think it's one of the greatest things to have is a good tester. So I think having one MR to rule them all is going to be fantastic. Cool.
Yeah, we'll just need to, in the future, every time there's a new merge request that's migrated, we'll just need to like add that feature into that merge request, or so we have it all in one place.
Makes sense. Should we put something somewhere warning future developers, or do we just take care of that organically?
Probably organically. I mean, I can proactively create them, but it's just a lot of upfront efforts. I'd rather just do it as we go.
That's fine. We'll highlight them as we go here on this call. So at least we'll have visibility and we'll update that MR. Once you have that, do you already have the MR that you want to add them to, or still to be decided?
No, I'll probably create like a new project.
Okay. So what I will ask is, once you have the URL, slap it here on the agenda at the top. You see we have the section for epics and stuff. So you can add, I'm going to add a section called example MR and link to be inserted. So at the very top, the little table, I added a section there. So once you have it, add it there so that we can always reference that example MR. Sounds good?
Yeah. Yep. Sounds good.
Amazing, Scott. Thanks for the help. And we don't have anything else on the agenda. Anybody wants to share anything? Do you like my background? Fist of 5. No, I'm kidding. Right, then I won't take any more time from you. I'll give you some minutes back. Thank you so much for joining us and an amazing call very quickly. And see you next week.